Hello and a warm welcome to my channel where I cover stocks and derivative data on a daily basis. Now in this video, I've covered SJS Enterprises, a small cap stock into the decorative aesthetics for the automobile and consumer appliance industry. It's got a market cap of 1800 crores with a return on capital employed of approx 19.8%. Promoter holding is 50.37%, which is totally uh, pledge free. There's no pledging by the promoters. Mutual funds hold a decent quantity of 9.92%. FIIs hold 5.61% of the stake, while the public is holding around 30.60%. Among the non-promoter top holders, Ashish Khacholia and Associates is holding 4.43%. Apart from that, some of the mutual funds which are holding a decent quantity are the Birla Sun Life Fund, the Axis Fund, Franklin Templeton, Goldman, and Grandeur Fund. Now let's have a look at the charts and try to decode what lies ahead for SJS Enterprise. Before I get into the charts, those who are interested in learning harmonic trading patterns, Ichimoku, trading psychology, risk management, if you want to make it into the world of trading discipline is a very, very important aspect. Analysis is also there, but it's mind management which is more important. So my courses are available and they are from basic right from start level to intermediary to advanced with lots and lots of examples for each trend scenario, direction, breakout, breakdown, pullback. Every aspect is covered and with proper ways of how to not just identification of pattern but also how to manage, initiate and manage trades. Those who take the trading psychology and risk management course get to with a 10 days of live one-on-one session with me where every day we learn to reduce risk and and also identify various methods in to get our trend direction accuracy much higher, and sector and stock specifications and all that is also covered. Apart from that, anyone who's taking any course, there is a one-on-one continuation of relationship with me, and that is that you can ask me your doubts or even share your interpretation to clarify whether it's going in the correct direction or not, one-on-one via WhatsApp or email. Those who are interested, the link is there in the description box. Go through it. If you have any doubts, you can send an email to me and I would come back to you promptly on that. Now let's go to the chart. Now, SJS Enterprises, as you can see from this monthly chart, is fairly new. It just got listed in October 2021, just around the time when the first topping of the market took place near 18,600 after the COVID low. So that 1.5, almost 1 year, 6 months of rally, and that's when this listing happened. And from there, we've seen a simultaneous move, up, down volatility, and now trading at its all-time high. So let's push down to the weekly because the monthly data is not so much. Now in the weekly, if I just switch off the Ichimoku for a minute, there are some interesting setups from where it turned around. So the first one is that the stock made a bullish harmonic pattern. Yeah. So that's the first pattern you have in front of you. Okay. So that's the bullish harmonic Gartley. Apart from the Gartley, it also had a bullish ABCD pattern formation outside. So a double pattern in the weekly, which led to a significant amount of recovery from that level. onwards. Now, what lies ahead? Let's try to decode that portion from here onwards on what could be the impact going forward for it. Now, interestingly, if we just convert this chart into a line chart instead of a candle chart, and we join the peak. Okay, so I'm going to take the initial IPO peak and I'm going to join it with the swing high of August 22. We are trading just around that on a weekly closing basis, just above that. In the case of a candlestick chart, if we just take this high from here and then this one, which looked like a double top, and see there we had a breakout. Now the stock is trading between these 2 points. In this edge out here, okay, so around this zone. And so if there is any consolidation in the stock, it could spend some time like this in this zone, or any pullback into this particular area out here would lead to, could lead to, sorry, a lot of interest activity back in the stock. Looking at the pure pattern structure, it is in currently. Let's get the Ichimoku back. Now, apart from that, at the current level, if I take from its all-time low, join to the second high, join it to this particular point, I have a bearish harmonic ABCD pattern set up out here. Because of this, there is a lot of volatility in this zone happening because of that, apart from that trend line. So, but this particular move need not, until and unless it starts sustaining below, let's go to the daily, start sustaining below 575, we wouldn't call it a confirmation of reversal. So 575 in a short-term basis is something I would be very careful with. I don't want to see this particular line broken under any circumstances. It's extremely crucial going forward. Okay. Apart from that, in the daily time frame, it's made a wedge structure. Now, normally a ending, a rising wedge is where a pattern tends to, a trend tends to pause, does a pullback, etc. like that. So another signal for that, yes, we need to see 575 violated, then only we'll consider it as a warning for any upside in the short term. Now, if that were to happen, if 575 is violated, where could the stock get its next major support? If it does that, then the next major support comes all the way down to 540.50, which is a bullish cloud in front of it. A lot will depend on the speed at which it comes down. It comes down laggard in a very slow manner, slow pace. Then you can see out here that this was that horizontal double top breakout which we saw. This was a lot of consolidation which took place in that zone of 525 to 550, which could act as a good support for turnaround of this stock for the upside from there. However, if because markets can right now we are in a good trend on the upside, if there is any particular correction in the small cap index or this particular stock going forward and it tends to be fierce, and if 520.25 does not hold, then the next major support in my view comes down to 575, 580. That's the next week support. And you can see out here also that there is a lot of consolidation before it took off from that zone. So I would be keeping these two factors in mind if there is a dip in the stock for entry versus 525, 550 or all the way down to 470, 74. Now, if there is a failure to even hold this particular level due to any circumstances and stock continues to see some selling pressure, then there is nothing below 450, 470 all the way down to 390. So Pretty cautiously. But if the stock were to crack below 460 in any circumstances, then it would tend to become an extremely uh, weak stock. Then the recovery also might not be so great if that happens in mind. So then the potential for a outperformer would take a lot of time. Would be a lot more consolidation required for that happening. Now, looking at this was the looking at it on the downside. Now let's try to assess what could be the possible upside for this stock going ahead, and where could we see it go up to. So if we take the from the all-time low, the Fibonacci, and place it right at the top, and again get it down here, you can see that currently see the reaction where it is taking place at the Fibonacci of minimum 1:1 out here. Right, this is the area where it's facing some profit booking also, the trend line, everything is suggesting that there is some profit booking and or maybe some consolidation taking place there. Now, if it manages to push its way above that or after a dip again goes back, okay, so if it does a dip down, something like this, or starts off straight also going up. Let's take both scenarios in mind. Supposing it does a dip till here, or worst case scenario, something like this, turns up, then the next resistance is at 645, 645, 650. You can see that this trend line somewhere here would try to block it, or the other one above that comes all the way at 700 or 725. So upside, downside, both clearly mapped out. This is a fairly newly listed stock. There is going to be some, it'll take some time for more elaborate data to show some more clarity in it. But whatever is there in front of us, based on that, I've been able to plot these positions. Now, a disclaimer, please do not consider this to be a trading or investing advice. Please do your thorough study before coming to a conclusion on whether you wish to buy it or not buy it or exit your current holding, whatever you wish to do. This is purely a video on educational basis using Ichimoku and harmonics and Fibonacci and pure simple trend lines to explain the support, probable support, resistance, and likely trend of the stock. Please also note this is a small cap stock, so your risk management in small cap stocks also has to be much more efficient than what it could be in a large cap stock or a mid cap stock because of liquidity issues in these stocks. I hope you have this video is of help to you. So please do like it, subscribe to the channel, and also share this video. Until then, happy investing everyone. Bye bye.